Heaven has turned its eyes toward you today. The heavens are not silent anymore. The Father is not distant. Jesus, the Son of the living God, is closer than your breath in this very moment, leaning over eternity's edge, whispering your name through the winds of time, saying, "My child, this is the moment I have been waiting for. Open your heart, for I have something to show you." The skies have been holding your miracle gently in their arms, and now they are ready to release it. You have waited. You have wept. You have wrestled with silence, wondering if heaven forgot your name. But Jesus says, "I didn't forget. I was preparing. I was aligning. I was protecting the miracle while I was protecting your soul. And now, heaven is ready. He is standing beside you, not in vision, not in parable, but in spirit and truth, so close your soul can feel his breath. He isn't coming to scold you. He isn't here with judgment. He is here with a breakthrough wrapped in grace, a shift wrapped in glory, a divine yes wrapped in the tears you've sown. Jesus says, "You were never behind. You were never forgotten. You were not skipped. You were being processed because what I placed inside you was too precious to be released in a moment of rush. And now? Now the waiting has reached its end. Now the prophecy meets performance. Now your pending miracle has been signed in the courts of heaven. Approved. Sealed. Sent. There is a scroll in the Spirit with your name on it. It has traveled through angels' hands. It has passed through heavenly gates. It bears the fingerprint of the Father and the seal of the Son. And it has now arrived at your soul's doorstep. The knock you feel in your spirit right now? That's not anxiety. That's not emotion. That is Jesus himself saying, "Let me in for 2 minutes, and I will unlock what you've been praying for over 2 years." He needs 2 minutes of surrender. 2 minutes of stillness. 2 minutes of your heart not racing after answers, but resting in his voice. Because in those 2 minutes, what was tangled will unravel. What was delayed will be delivered. What was hidden will be revealed. Your miracle has not expired. It has not been cancelled. It has been guarded by the timing of God, because God's timing is not delayed, it is deliberate. The job you didn't get? It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. The person who walked away? It wasn't abandonment, it was heaven making space for someone who will carry you, not confuse you. The moment you cried into your pillow, thinking heaven wasn't listening? Jesus heard every breath between your sobs. He counted them. He bottled them. And he turned them into prophecy. And now, he's here to say, "This is the moment I turn your weeping into dancing." There is someone reading this who thought they were too late. Too broken. Too empty. But Jesus is silencing that lie with one sentence. You are exactly where I need you to be. Do not run. Do not scroll. Do not think this message is random. This is the divine appointment your spirit prayed for. This is the moment where divine grace meets human ache. And Jesus is whispering to your soul, "If you open to me now, I will open what they tried to close against you." You are not here by accident. You are here because heaven decided that your pending miracle must be delivered before the night falls. Listen, the reason everything felt delayed was not because you were denied. It was because the enemy was trying to exhaust your hope before your miracle could arrive. He tried to make you believe you were forgotten so you'd walk away before the blessing walked in. But Jesus interrupted the plan. He canceled the assignment. He stood in the gap. And now he is stepping into your heart with arms full of answers. Your health. He's touching it. Your mind. He's renewing it. Your finances. He's shifting it. Your relationships. He's purifying them. Your destiny. He's unlocking it. All because you dared to believe that this message was for you. Jesus says, tonight is not just a night, it's a portal. If you open your heart before the day ends, heaven will respond before the month ends. This is not about superstition. This is about divine synchronization. You have stepped into a supernatural window. Angels are in position. Grace is being dispatched. Healing is entering your bloodstream. Peace is returning to your chest. Favor is surrounding your name. And you? You are being lifted into a season of laughter after years of silent grief. Can you feel it? The shift? The trembling in your chest is not fear. It's your spirit recognizing that this is holy ground. Jesus is smiling right now. Not because you were perfect, but because you didn't give up. You cried, but you didn't curse. You doubted, but you didn't disconnect. You questioned, but you kept coming back to him. And now he says, because you stayed near, even when you were scared, I'm about to reward you in a way that shakes the lives of those who doubted your calling. It's coming. And it's big. And it's beautiful. And it's permanent. And nothing can stop it anymore. Not their opinions. Not their betrayal. Not the delay. Not your past. Not even your fear. Because when Jesus says it's time, no demon can say it isn't. Let this moment soak deep into your soul. Let your heart exhale the burden. Let your mind release the weight. Because your miracle is here. Not in a month. Not in a dream. Not in a maybe. But in this very breath. You are reading this because heaven made room for your miracle to finally manifest. And Jesus says, you waited long enough. Now, you will rejoice. Jesus is still standing near. He hasn't moved. He hasn't turned away. His eyes, filled with mercy deeper than the oceans, are locked onto your soul like a lighthouse guiding the broken back to safety. And right now, he is holding something in his hand, a divine document signed in the courts of heaven, marked, fulfilled. And on it, in bold letters crafted by the Father's voice, is your name. Not just the name others call you. But the one heaven knows. The name that carries your story. The name that was written in the book of life before you ever felt pain, before you were misunderstood, before you ever knew heartbreak. Jesus is calling you by that name now. Not the name the world gave you. Not the label pain gave you. But the name destiny whispered the moment your soul was formed, chosen. He says, I saw every moment you almost gave up. I stood beside you on nights when no one knew you were crying. I walked behind you when you felt alone. I heard your thoughts when you were too tired to pray. I caught your tears when you were too numb to feel. And I stored them. Not to remind you of your pain, but to remind heaven of your persistence. Because you didn't quit, even when everything told you to. This is why the miracle had to be approved. Not because you earned it, but because your heart survived what should have broken you. Because heaven rewards endurance, not just faith. The time has come. The release has been made. And now, heaven is adjusting your atmosphere. You may not see it yet, but in the spirit, there are doors opening without noise. Conversations about your future are happening behind divine curtains. Your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. Opportunities are shifting toward your direction. Emails, phone calls, unexpected favor, all being aligned like stars across a midnight sky. And Jesus wants you to know, none of it is random. I arranged every step. Every delay. Every divine connection. Every exit and every entrance. I allowed some things to fall apart so I could build something better without interference. Yes, you lost some people. Yes, it hurt. But now that they're gone, your vision is clearing. Now that they left, God has the space to send someone who won't just see you, but carry you. Someone who won't compete with your calling, but protect it. Someone who will intercede for you, not interfere with you. Jesus says, they were part of the chapter, but they were not your conclusion. I had to remove noise so you could hear me clearly. And now that you've stayed faithful through the loneliness, He is about to send companionship that brings healing, not confusion. This season you're stepping into is not a continuation of what you've known. It is a reintroduction to yourself. You will not recognize your own peace. You will wake up without anxiety. You will walk without second-guessing your worth. You will speak without apology. You will laugh without checking who's watching. Because the chains that kept your joy quiet are breaking. Not by your strength, but by the word of Jesus who says, "It is time. It is finished. It is yours." This is why the enemy attacked your peace so violently, because your joy carries prophetic power. And let me tell you this, the things that have been stuck in your life are not stuck anymore. The spiritual logjam has been cleared. The prayers that felt unanswered were not denied, they were preserved for a moment such as this. Jesus says, you were waiting for it to happen. But I was waiting for you to be healed enough to hold it. Because I will not give you something that ends up crushing you. That miracle you've been begging for, it's coming now with peace, not pressure. With joy, not fear. With stability, not cycles. Because now, you're ready. You may not feel perfect. You may not feel strong. But in the language of heaven, willingness speaks louder than perfection. Jesus doesn't need you to be flawless. He needs you to say, I still believe. And if those 3 words are all you have left, they are enough to unlock everything. Because when Jesus sees belief, He releases power. When He sees trust, He releases treasure. And when He sees your broken hands lifted in hope, He releases angels to carry what you cannot. There's someone watching or listening to this who thought heaven was silent. You wondered why no one saw your pain. But Jesus was counting the quiet sacrifices. He saw the times you gave to others even when you were empty. He saw you forgive when it hurt. He saw you keep quiet when you could have exposed. He saw you bless them while they buried you in gossip. And He says now, because you didn't repay evil with evil, I will repay your pain with glory. Because you refused to curse them, I will crown you in front of them. You are stepping into the divine reversal. You are entering the season of, watch what I do for you. This is not hype. This is not motivation. This is the word of Jesus echoing through time, knocking on your soul and saying, open now, or miss what was designed just for you. Your pending miracle has been approved, and if you dare to open your heart before the night settles, something supernatural will begin to move in your direction. Quietly. Powerfully. Permanently. Jesus is whispering one last sentence to your soul in this part. I'm not asking you to understand everything. I'm just asking you to believe that this is me speaking, and that your breakthrough begins now. Jesus is walking through the hidden corridors of your memory right now, not to bring pain but to bring peace. He is not afraid of your past. He is not overwhelmed by the scars you've tried to hide. He places His hand gently upon those parts of your soul that still flinch when touched, the places where betrayal lingered, where abandonment echoed, where confusion made you doubt your own worth. He touches those places not to reopen the wound, but to release the healing. He whispers, you don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to carry this alone anymore. I am the one who redeems not just futures, but even the fragments of your yesterday. You've been walking around with pieces of yourself scattered across seasons, and He is gathering them. The child version of you that never felt safe. The teenage version that felt unseen. The adult version that kept smiling even when silently sinking. Jesus says, I see all of you. And I want all of you. I'm not just here to give you a miracle, I'm here to rebuild what pain tried to dismantle. Because the true miracle isn't just in what you receive, it's in who you become when you finally know how deeply you are loved. And beloved, you are deeply loved. Not the shallow kind that changes with moods or moments. But the kind of love that rewrote eternity to rescue you. The kind of love that endured silence on your behalf, that bore wounds for your redemption, that left heaven not to impress you, but to embrace you. Jesus says, this message is not about motivation. It's about restoration. I am coming for your heart. Because once your heart is whole, your life will follow. You may think that because things around you look the same, nothing is shifting. But spiritual things are always born in silence before they shout. Heaven moves in whispers before the earth shakes. And right now, in the invisible realm, there is activity on your behalf. Angels have already been assigned. Blockades are being removed. People who were instructed to ignore you are being awakened in their dreams. Doors that were locked are now losing their hinges. Finances that were withheld are now being loosened from stubborn hands. And Jesus is orchestrating every detail. Because this miracle, this long-awaited miracle, is not coming to impress you. It is coming to realign you. To remind you that heaven never forgot what you prayed for in that secret place. He remembers the midnight whisper, Lord, just show me a sign. He remembers the desperate exhale, I can't do this anymore. He remembers the way you kept smiling for everyone else while breaking inside. And he says, your miracle is not just an answer. It is a response to every tear you never spoke out loud. Now listen carefully, there is someone, somewhere, who is already sensing your name without knowing why. There is a divine connection about to be released. This person will come into your life not to confuse your path, but to confirm your calling. They are carrying something that belongs to your next chapter. Whether it is a mentor, a helper, a door opener, or a kingdom partner, Jesus is aligning them with your life. And when they come, release what they've been prepared for. He has not been passive. He has been interceding for your very soul. And what is about to happen in your life is not random, it is the result of Jesus praying when you couldn't. He is not late, my friend. He is perfectly timed. He knows what day your soul was going to break. He knows what moment you'd feel like giving up. That's why this message didn't come tomorrow. It came today. Because today is holy. Today is pregnant with breakthrough. Today is when heaven placed your miracle in motion. You don't have to earn it. You only need to embrace it. You don't need to know how. You just need to know who. And Jesus says softly now, if you let me have these next few moments, if you let me sit with you in the silence of your heart, I will show you what peace really feels like. I will whisper to your spirit things no voice ever told you. I will remind you that your name is written on my hand, not your mistakes. Let the weight fall now. Let the fear dissolve. Let the shame evaporate. Let the old story be buried. A new one is already being written, and the ink is made of mercy. You have not missed it. You have not failed. You are not behind. You are standing on the edge of something holy. And heaven is leaning in to say, don't skip this moment, you've waited your whole life for it. Jesus is walking through your house in the spirit right now. Not just the physical space where you lay your head, but the home of your emotions. The rooms you never let anyone enter. The ones that hold your silent fears. The closets that hide old memories. The hallway where you once laughed before loss came. He is not afraid to enter the mess. He is not disgusted by the dust. In fact, he comes as a guest but walks like an owner, because your life has always belonged to him. And now he moves through every spiritual door that's been stuck. And where others only saw your exterior, he looks deeper, and he says, peace, be still. Not as a suggestion, but as a command. There is a shift happening in the atmosphere around you. The kind of shift you can't always feel immediately, but you'll start to notice in small things, like waking up without heaviness, like hearing a song that makes your soul exhale, like someone unexpectedly blessing you, like walking into a room and feeling like the weight has been lifted. That's because Jesus is cleansing the spiritual air around your life. He's clearing away what has been sitting like emotional smog over your joy. And he says, this house, your heart, will no longer be a place of heaviness. I'm turning it into holy ground. You have walked through storms, but you are still standing. And not by luck. Not by accident. But by divine preservation. There were unseen hands holding your spirit when you didn't even know what was trying to take you out. There were prayers prayed over you by people you've never met. Angels assigned to your path before you were even born. Jesus says, I surrounded you in the womb, and I am surrounding you now. I didn't bring you this far to drop you. I didn't allow you to survive the storm to let you drown in silence. You were carried through fire so you could walk in flame. And this flame is not one that burns you. It's one that reveals you. For too long, your light has been hidden under the expectations of others. You've shrunk to fit into rooms you outgrew. You've silenced your voice to avoid conflict. But Jesus is igniting the part of you that was always meant to shine. The part of you that dreams big. The part of you that feels deeply. The part of you that speaks with boldness. He's not just preparing a table in the presence of your enemies, he's preparing a microphone in the presence of your purpose. You will speak again. You will create again. You will live again, not just survive. There is a miracle forming behind the scenes, and it's tied to the yes you whisper in this moment. Not a loud shout. Not a dramatic cry. Just a simple, surrendered yes to God. Yes to the healing. Yes to the shift. Yes to letting go. Yes to forgiving what hurt you. Yes to believing again even though you've been disappointed. Jesus is not asking you to be perfect. He's asking you to be present. Be here with me, now, he says. Don't run ahead. Don't hide behind your pain. Sit with me in this holy moment, and I will reveal what's next. You thought it would take years. But Jesus says, it will take one moment of my power to do what years of effort couldn't accomplish. Your name is being mentioned for things that will surprise you. Applications you forgot about will resurface. A voice from the past will return, not to hurt you, but to honor you. A door you didn't knock on will open. And it won't just be a blessing. It will be confirmation that God never left your side. You are not forgotten. You are favored. You are not behind. You are being accelerated. Even now, heaven is sending relief. And this time, it will not come through stress. It will not come with strings. It will come wrapped in peace. It will enter quietly, but settle loudly. It will bring clarity to your mind, rhythm to your heart, and stillness to your soul.